I want to talk about something that I think is going to come up at tonight's vice presidential debate, and that is this clip right here. It's from 2018, for context.
I'll take my kick in the butt for the NRA. I spent 25 years in the Army, and I hunt. And I gave the money back, and I'll tell you what I have been doing. I've been voting for common sense legislation that protects the Second Amendment, but we can do background checks. We can do CDC research. We can make sure we don't have reciprocal carry among states, and we can make sure that those weapons of war that I carried in war is the only place where those weapons are at.
The right has been upset about this clip because Tim Walz, like actually many, I think most veterans, did not see combat. Neither did JD Vance. Anyway, I think there's either going to be a question about this or Vance is going to use it to say that Walz is like fabricating his military service record, because that's certainly what the right has been trying to do online. For his part, Walz has said that he misspoke, that the phrase should have been the weapons of war that I carried and stop, not the weapons of war that I carried in war, that was those two extra words in war was a misspeak. And if JD Vance brings this up tonight, which maybe he won't, maybe I'm still obsessing on like an old media moment that's actually dead and won't come up, who knows. If he brings it up, I want you to remember this clip of him from 2024, this year.
The American media totally ignored this stuff until Donald Trump and I started talking about cat memes. If I have to, create stories so that the American media actually pays attention to the suffering of the American people, then that's what I'm going to do, Dana, because you guys are completely letting Kamala Harris coast.
You just said that you're creating a story.
Public policy.
Sir, you just said that you're creating the story.
What's that, Dana?
You just said that this is a story that you created. So the eating dogs and cats thing is not
We are
accurate.
Dana.
So anyway, I am willing to believe that Tim Walz misspoke, because I think that if lying about his military career was like a big strategy for him, he would have done a lot more of it. And on that JD Vance clip, you don't just have to think about it if he accuses Tim Walz of lying about his military service tonight. You can think about it anytime JD Vance accuses anyone of lying about anything. And before you come at me about context, I did listen to the whole interview that Vance had with Dana Bash. And he goes on to essentially be like, it's okay to not fact check things people tell you if they're your constituents. Like that's noble of him. And also Dana Bash asks him if he would be willing to condemn the Proud Boys. And he's like, look, I'm married to a non-white person. Obviously, I don't like white supremacists. And then you know what he doesn't do? He doesn't condemn the Proud Boys.